Well guys, welcome back. It's your boy Ju from Z85 Ju. And behind me we have my 2008 Nissan 350Z Nismo with something very special in this box. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this thing because I am dying to see it. I'm pretty sure you guys already know what this is from the title and the thumbnail of today's video, but let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm honestly not too sure what is the top or what is the bottom, but let's go ahead and cut this thing open. How you guys doing out there, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Luckily, the weather out here has been getting a lot better, so that is always nice to see. All these peanuts are gonna get everywhere. Oh well, it'll be for a good cause, I guess. Bruh. If you guys cannot tell, this is a front mount intercooler, bro. How sick is this? I don't even know if you guys can see it right now. The thing is massive and it's super cool. It already comes with like a bracket that I don't know if it's welded on until I take this thing off, but yeah, it's welded on. Has a little blow-off valve at the top, but nonetheless, you guys know I'm boosting the 350Z. Let's go ahead and finish taking everything out the box, man. And guys, without further ado, here is my brand new turbo kit, man. So what you guys are looking at before we move any forward, I did go with a Gonzivo top mount turbo kit. Now let me explain why I chose a top mount turbo kit and also why I went with Gonzivo, because there's gonna be a ton of comments on that. The first reason why I went top mount is because, for those who don't know, my Nissan 370Z, the Nismo over here, before this car had a 2JZ in it, I did have a top mount turbo kit in it from Doc Race, and I never really got to experience how it was as far as like responsiveness, cleanliness, stuff like that. For people who build cars know that sometimes you do have to build a car a few different times to get it right. And I feel like myself being, I wouldn't say, you know, a perfectionist, I want to do the best that I can, but especially with this car, when I pop the hood on this car later in this video, you guys will see that I feel like I have definitely gotten a lot better in my skills and ability to build cars. And I'm not gonna say mastered it, because I feel like we can never get it perfect, but there is a point where you do get better, and I feel like I'm at that point right now. So I went with a better quality kit, Gonzivo. There is going to be a lot of different speculation of that, but yes, their customer service is not the best. They don't treat their customers the best, but I will say, guys, that their kit is proven. They make a high quality kit. They are local to me, so that is a huge advantage for people like me who live in Southern California. I could have went with a lot of other companies, but again, they're far away. There's other limitations, and for also somebody like me, I like to piece my kits together. So that's exactly what I did. I went with my own turbo. I bought whatever turbo that I wanted. I went with their partial kit, which has a few different things. One thing that I do really like about their kit is that when you buy it, either a kit or a partial kit, you actually get aftermarket headers. So without further ado, that's kind of a brief, I guess, understanding of like what I did, what I got, why I got it kind of thing. Now let's kind of go over the parts that I have, and also we are missing the turbo, which is over there. I'll show you guys that in a second, but starting off, again, we do have replacement headers. So for those who don't know, VQs, they come with a header style that kind of looks like this, but it has a 3-bolt design. I might actually have one in the garage somewhere that I'll source later in the video that I'll throw on the screen so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. I really like that they make their own style and they convert it to V-band, because what a lot of kits for VQs, especially top mount, even mid mount kits, they make nice kits, but their flange is a 3-bolt design, which it's really hard to kind of get in there. Sometimes it leaks. I know that's what I was having problems with my Doc Race kit. I just could never get one side of the header to seal fully. So you're losing boost, you know, there's just a lot of factors and stuff like that. So I really like that they kind of make their own design as far as this. So yes, we have brand new headers that are both V-band, which is really, really cool. We have the, I guess, U-pipe, which you would call it here. So this is what connects to the V-bands here on the headers, and then this is also where your wastegates are going to go. It calls for, I believe, a 40mm wastegate. You can also use a 38, so whichever of your preference. There is 2, so you don't really need to go on the bigger end because you have 2 to regulate boost, but I'm probably going to see if I can find some 40s for sale. If not, 38 it is. But yeah, so this is pretty much what bolts to the headers there. You then have a pipe going up, which would make this kit a top mount kit. Moving over here, this is that pipe right here. So this is also also another thing that I really like. Their kit is very big. As far as my Doc race kit, the piping was really small. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 2" or so. This one's a lot thicker. I want to say it's 2.5. Don't quote me on that. You can go on their website and find out for yourself, but 2.5 piping. And what's really cool about it is it bolts to this V-band right here, right? And when the turbo sits on top of this, there's a lot of weight. And on my other kit, I didn't have like a piece that could bolt somewhere to stiffen this up. So they actually implemented their own, which is really not hard to do, but it's cool that it actually comes like that already. So this bolts somewhere to the timing cover itself, or either the power steering bracket, something like that. And it just basically stabilizes the turbo, because the turbo is heavy. So that's sitting on this pipe, especially with the flex pipe, you know, the thing bends in all types of ways and whatnot. That's actually how like your flex pipes kind of get destroyed because of all that movement and stuff over time. But it's really cool that it's rigid, you know, so I really like that design, that it's there. From that's pretty much the entire turbo side. As far as exhaust, I believe this is the down pipe coming off of the turbo. So you have like a basic down pipe, which would then go to another pipe here that connects to your actual mid pipe. Their mid pipe is made for people who are running a single exit exhaust, which is perfect for us, because on my 350Z, I am running a Tomei, which was a dream exhaust for just getting a VQ or just a Z in general. Both of my Zs have Tomei, so it's really cool. But yeah, it's pretty sick that it'll just bolt up to my factory, not factory, but the exhaust that I already have. So that's pretty sick. It's pretty much the entire turbo side. I have all the clamps and whatnot. And then lastly over here, we have the intercooler. So it's not really rebranded, but they put their own little brand on it, Gunzevo Motorsports, whatever. It does come with a blow-off valve mount. I'm actually not going to be running a blow-off valve on this car. So what I'm gonna be doing, they make a block-off plate that you can actually put here. So that way it just basically blocks it off and keeps all the air in there so you don't get a leak and whatnot. So I wanna hear kind of like the surge and stuff like that on this build. My 370Z with the 2JZ, I have a tile blow-off valve. So I think that's cool for that. But for this one, I really like how boosted VQs sound with no blow-off valve. So that's what I'll be running for there. You have 3 outlets. I believe everything is 2.75, maybe 2.5. I could measure it and tell you. That's really sick. And then also, I don't know if this is like a standard thing when you buy kits, but this bracket is actually already welded here. So this theoretically should just bolt up to my 350Z. So I might do that this weekend just to kind of get it on and just to see how it looks. Not that I'm gonna run it like that or anything, but that'll be really sick. And then over here, we also have some injector dynamic injectors, right? So what I ended up going with was 1050X. These are brand new in box. It has the adapters, which is really cool. So they're plug and play essentially. And yeah, brand new. So you can't get any better than this. These are obviously E85 compatible. This is plenty for my power goals, guys. For this car, I'm really shooting for like, I would say for low 500s, you know, 500 minimum, really, high 400s, low 500s. I'm not really looking for a whole bunch of power because I already have a car for that, which is gonna be my 2JZ 370Z Nismo. But for this car, I just wanted to be a little quicker than stock. I want it to be a lot less loud. If you guys don't know, VQs are very loud when they are in the NA form. So I'm really excited to go ahead and put a turbo kit on here to kind of muffle the tone a little bit and bring it down. So that way cops don't really give me too many problems. I don't really have that many problems in my area, but you know, you just never know. It's kind of a ticking time bomb that you're just really waiting to go off. So I'm excited for that. The only things that I don't have, you guys can clearly see, I don't have my intercooler piping. I'm actually going to be fabricating my own. And when I say I mean my friend Davion. He's gonna be making me my entire intercooler piping. And we have a bunch of aluminum and whatnot. So that'll be a whole process in itself, but I'm a really big fan on piecing kits together. There are really good kits out there. Boosted Performance makes a nice kit. Soho Motorsports makes a nice kit, but a lot of people don't have 8, 10, 11, 12 grand to just drop on a turbo kit, you know? So I wanted to kind of take it slow, get the things that I wanted to do and build it how I want to do it, you know? And I've always been a fan of that. If you've known me or even been on this channel before and anything like that, see my Instagram, you know that I'm a big fan of just kind of getting the pieces and bits and pieces that you can piece together. So this is gonna be a really nice project. I'm super excited to start it. I do need a few more things, intercooler piping. I need to order all of that. I need to order a fuel pump for this car. Probably just gonna do something basic. I'm not gonna do like a Hellcat or anything crazy like this car. Because we're shooting for low power goals, I'm probably gonna get a, what is that, an Aeromotive 340 liter per hour. That should be enough with the 1050X injectors. And I do need gauges. I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do as far as that. I don't really wanna cut up the car or do anything crazy. So I think what I'm gonna do, you guys are familiar with the AAM series. They make boosts, volts, all types of stuff. I don't think I'm gonna run those. I'm actually gonna get, I think it's called an innovative gauge. It's basically a gauge that has everything in one. And it's a really clean look. I'm probably gonna put it on my pillar, just right there at the bottom. Just super clean. I could even also put it where the vent is. So there's options for that, but I think I'm gonna go that route just to kind of keep it simplistic and keep it minimal, you know? I want this car to be clean and just simple. So I hope you guys are excited for this build. I am super pumped. Let me also show you the turbo that we're running. I opted for a comp turbo. I've mentioned this in probably a previous video or so. This is a comp 6467 turbo. It is air cooled. Right now, this turbo is brand new. I have a 4-bolt housing, which is a T4. I actually need to switch this to a V-band. So I can call comp and order a new exhaust housing. I think it's around $400 or $500. So once I do that, this can technically bolt on to this stuff right here. But for now, I think we're chilling. So I need to order a few things. I think I'm just gonna kind of stack parts. And once I have pretty much a grip of everything, I'm gonna go ahead and just give this car an overhaul. I do want to give you guys an update on my Nismo 370 because we are coming close on this car. It's really crazy that this car's been done for such a long time and it's just sitting here. But let me go ahead and pop the hood and show you and kind of fill you guys in on where we're at. So if you guys follow my Instagram, you would have saw that Wiring Specialties sent me an email and they said that the wiring harness that I ordered is in the final stage, or final stages that is, for preparation. So they told me the base harness was made, but they have special technicians that do certain things. So maybe like, you know, ECU plugs or just certain things like that, that I guess the basic technicians that they have can't do. So they did tell me it is in the final stages. They didn't give me an estimated time, but I'm hoping that it should take within maybe a week or week and a half or so to kind of get this car ready and whatnot. But for those who don't know, this is my 2012 Nissan 370Z Nismo with a 2JZ GTE VVTi swapped from an Aristo into here. Complete swap was done by myself. All the fabrication, most of it that is, was done by my boy Davion. Shout out to him. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get this car on the road. This car is done. It turns on, everything like that for those who don't know, but my engine harness that is currently in here is messed up. So we need to get the brand new one in here so we can start driving this around. But what I think I'm gonna do, I probably won't start on this project yet until my engine harness for this car gets here, because, you know, I don't want to start tearing apart the 350Z when I don't have a car to drive. You know, I sold my Lexus and now this is really my daily driver right now. So we need to kind of hold off, and also that's fine. I need to kind of stack parts and just kind of get a game plan of everything that I need and I still want to buy. So that way when I do start this, we can just kind of go smoothly and just really knock this out over a weekend. I don't think this is going to take us long because this kit is fully bolt on, you know, especially with these new headers and whatnot and everything being V-band. It's gonna make it so easy to kind of get everything on. So I'm excited. Drop a comment on this video and drop a like if you guys are excited too. You know, I know there's gonna be some adversity and you know, some hate as far as like, you know, the company and all that, but at least for me, I'm really looking past that. I'm not really doing this to support them in any way. You know, what they're doing is wrong and I know that, but that's a different side of it. Their kit and their product works really well, and that's kind of all I care about. You know, I'm not here to kind of be on anybody's side or anything. You guys know that. I don't get into any of that beef kind of stuff. So we're here to make some cool content, drive some cool cars, and just have a blast. So I hope you guys are excited. I will kind of see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys have any other recommendations as far as content that you guys want to see. I actually, on a side note, let's go inside real quick. I just want to show you guys something. So some of you may not care, but I actually am gonna start getting into streaming, man. So I went ahead and picked myself a Razer Kaio Pro Ultra. This is a really, really high end. I think it's one of probably the best you could buy as far as like cameras you can buy or whatever for like streaming and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start getting into that. I do need to buy a monitor, and I think I'm probably just gonna stream off of my PS5 for right now. I do wanna buy a PC here shortly, but you know, for those who know, those are definitely not cheap, especially like when you build them yourself. So I think for now, my PS5 will just do the trick. I'll probably just do car content, day in the life content, and just anything, you know, it's not gonna be dedicated to cars. So if you guys are interested, definitely stay tuned for that. I will be starting that here shortly. So again, on that note, I am out. Hope you guys have a good one.